Stellar Blade is still making the news, and the reason remains the same. Ever since this game was announced, certain online personalities have been crying about sexualization. While these people are entitled to their opinions, their arguments are borderline on the downright crazy. What gets me most is the blatant hypocrisy that people argue against attractive girls in video games. One thing that I do have to give credit for is the usual suspects not jumping on the hate train. Sites like Kotaku and The Verge usually salivate from the mouth at a chance to call a game sexist. However, this time around, they have managed to control themselves, at least for now. Other sites, however, can't help themselves. One popular site recently wrote an article titled "How Stellar Blade Became 2024's Most Controversial Game." In an attempt not to send hate their way, I won't mention who wrote it, even though I only get 5 views per post, and they likely get millions and won't even notice anyone going over to them from this story. However, in this article, they go through the full range of emotions trying to argue why the game is considered controversial. To be clear, there is controversy, but it is around the narrative people try to paint and not the release itself. There is one argument in particular that rubs me the wrong way. Not because I disagree with their conclusion, but rather because I despise the hypocrisy. In the article, not only do they argue that the mindset of the developers is creepy, but they state that the lead character is being sexualized because of what she is wearing and the fact that she has large breasts, among other features. Now, this argument, in particular, is quite strange to me. Those who usually complain about attractive girls in video games are also often the ones who complain about real-life women and how they should not be considered sexualizing themselves simply because they have certain enhanced features. How many times have you heard these people argue that just because a woman wears a skirt does not mean she is sexualizing herself? Think back to the number of times you heard that just because women have large breasts and is wearing a tank top does not mean she is sexualizing herself. Just because a woman has a large backside and is wearing skinny jeans does not mean she is sexualizing herself. However, these people are now quick to yell sexualization because of a pretty video game girl in a tight suit. Now, I just want to be clear, the lead character in Stellar Blade is being sexualized. It is clear that her design is for fan service. The game's director even admits to this. However, as I have stated in my previous posts, I do not understand why this fan service is considered bad. People like watching other attractive people. We can pretend that it is not true, but it is. Final Fantasy Rebirth immediately became #1 the moment a couple of cute girls in bikinis showed up. You can either accept the fact that the lead character is attractive, or you can simply ignore the game.